What up, everyone? I'm back. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, right? So we've been working on this for a while now. I've been doing, a lot of modding, not just installing modifications, but actually making them. You may have seen some of the updates or some of the new mods. I've been working really hard. I'm also trying to get this channel off of the ground, so we'd really need you to subscribe, to like, to share, to get this out there, and share the mods too. I'm always making sure they're up to par. If you do run into any problems, go ahead and send a screenshot or make a video of the problem. I'll go ahead and fix that. I know that Wander's Mansion in Phoenix had a few problems. People told me about that. They took pictures, and I went ahead and took care of that in the update. I've also added a few Easter eggs and things like that, and with the new Aurorax modification, which is giant, you can really expect a lot more cool stuff coming in those updates, because it's really a massive project. I've got another friend working on it who I'm actually talking to right now, but yeah, we're working on something big. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff for Aurorax, Outpost of Civilization. Now, I've also been playing this game here, Kings and Legends, and I'm like hooked on this right here. It's like insanely fun. I don't understand exactly. You can even put it on automatic too, so it'll kind of like grind out for you, which is nice because with all the microtransactions going on nowadays, it's really annoying to have to grind, and this is like a card game, but it has animated creatures, which I really enjoy just watching. So I usually just leave this on running. I'll be grinding now or doing some daily quest stuff like that. I'll make some videos here in a little bit about this game because I'm getting really into it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the mods here. I have finally gotten everything perfect, and you don't even understand. Like in the last video, you may have remembered that one of the mods I'm using, had the bridge textures were glitching out because they were right on top of each other. So I even took care of that. I edited that in the creation kit. Again, I don't know if I'll release a patch for that. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want me to release that so you guys can have that patch too, and fix the flicker on the textures there for the Ranger's cabin? Because it really annoyed me. I took care of it. So even little details like that have been taken care of. I took care of all of the neck seam issues, all of the texture bugs. I also took care of any face tint issues which did present themselves in the updates that I was working on. So even in my other modifications, they've been taken care of. So all of that's done. It's clean. Finally, I worked really hard, and it paid off. So let's go ahead and enjoy this here. I want to start out here in the Wander's Mansion. Alright, so as you can see, I got a shit ton of followers. You saw them in the last videos. You already know. And we're here in my modification, Wander's Mansion. Okay, I have all of the graphics replacers on, armor replacers, I have the female body replacers on, I have dragon replacers. I have entire texture sets replaced, and again, everything is looking better than it was before. And you know what I didn't edit? Eden. I didn't go in and take care of this. Now this is really annoying. It's really making me want to just get rid of the mod, but I had used her before and not had any problems. I don't know if it's part of a new update or what's going on. I really like that follower, but we'll have to just wait and see. I guess I'll let you know in one of my future videos, as I think this may be the last video here, okay? For the mod list, because I think I'm done, Just little things I might be taking care of, but we'll go ahead and find out in the future. It's just Eden right now that we just saw, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Alright, so all of the missing textures from Wanderer's Mansion have been taken care of. The neck seams, any face tint issues have been taken care of. Any texture clipping has been taken care of, mesh clipping. With Phoenix as well, her armor has not only been fixed, it's been added in game so that you can make it at a forge. And Phoenix actually is maintaining a unique set of that armor, so it's enhanced, it's nice, everything's just better. And so this is it. This is the mansion without any texture bugs you may have seen. So I went ahead and added all of the pictures, the paintings here, which you can also use as part of a modder's resource. They are included in the game. It's just all of the paintings there are available for you to use. So we'll go ahead and check out downstairs real quick. If you haven't seen the modification, it does have all of the crafting stations and a shack outside. Now, to anybody that actually had the mod already, you may have seen a little extra addition. This was just recently added, so if you got this mod off of ModDB or Skyrim Forge, go ahead and actually download the newest version. So if you want to see, you know, archive of past versions, you can actually get all of that on SkyrimForge.com. I keep an archive of all the files there. So yeah, this is the shack here, which I was talking about, but back here there's a water closet. And this is actually the Easter egg that I implemented for, you know, thanking you guys for getting me, you know, so many views on YouTube, really. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. It's better than I expected. I want to thank you guys, all of my viewers, all my subscribers, likers, and shares. I wanted to thank you by giving you, you know, a place to do your business. You know, you can go ahead and think of it as your office. Okay, so let's go ahead and exit the office. Eden is still bald, as you can see, so that sucks, but hey, at least everything else looks fucking amazing. Alright, so next stop is Riverwood. Let's go check out Riverwood real quick. What am I doing? Here we go. Okay, so in Riverwood, if you guys have been keeping up with my mods, you know that I have added a portal there into another world, or it's not really another world, it's just a different region. It's really an entire continent, okay? We'll go ahead and check out that portal, but first I wanted to show you that the texture flicker was actually fixed. You may have remembered last time you were here, we did go ahead and talk to Feinda. You know, he gave us the key. Well, actually I had to take the key from him, but I had the owner's permission, right? The owner of the house gave me permission. I took the key from Feinda, and I also fixed the bridge. So there you go. It looks perfect now. It looks more natural, and it doesn't look like it's fucking glitching the hell out. So yeah, I thought that was dumb. I took care of it. I don't know if I'll release the patch. I guess I'll talk to the actual mod author. He'll probably just do the exact same thing. I'll go ahead and let him know what I did. It's pretty simple. It doesn't take too long, so maybe he'll go ahead and actually update his mod rather than me having to release a patch, because I really don't want to do that. I like to just, you know, worry about my mods and not have other people's mods on there, really. But continuing along, you may have noticed, or may begin to notice, you know, what's really changed, you know, or the difference between my game and your game. Because I changed all of the plants, I changed the trees again. Now there are also extra modifications such as detailed cities, which works on the cities by changing them. Before, I did have better cities, right, or enhanced cities, and so it's a change for me, definitely. If you're used to that mod, this is what detailed cities looks like. It's less cluttered, if you want to think about it that way, or less detailed. So this is the portal right here. This actually leads to Aurorax, and it's a new settlement. It's relatively new. I mean, it's new to like people in Skyrim. It's new to you guys, I guess I should say, really, since Aurorax is kind of ancient. There have been people here for a while, but people are just moving in from Morrowind right now to settle the area because the 4-7 organization is actually aiming to populate the area. I mean, I don't know if they're mining or what's going on, but something's definitely going on, and you're gonna go ahead and see expansion in the area. You can go ahead and see a lot of weird stuff going on, and also you'll find out the history of Aurorax, what's happened here before and what's going to happen. Things like that. You can become a part of that. And as you can see, all the shadows look amazing now because I reinstalled my modification, Skyrim Shadows and FPS Fix. So yeah, it looks way better now. Let me go ahead and call up all of the girls. I am using Extensible Followers Framework again. I used all of the other follower modifications, including UFO and amazing follower tweaks, and I've got to hand it to Extensible Followers Framework. It is, in my opinion, the best. Okay, and that's what I strive for. I strive to have the best, and I want all of my mods to be the best. So you can expect that kind of quality, and if you don't see that, if you find some sort of a glitch, a bug, or anything, any suggestion or comment you may have, let me go ahead and know, and I will definitely take that into consideration. As always, I give credit, you already know, to any of my contributors, so you can be featured in a video, things like that. And the same if you're donating. Like right now I need an SSD. That's the first thing I'm gonna buy as soon as I have the money, and it's gonna help the frame rate, it's gonna help me make videos, it's gonna help me mod, and it's because that's the bottleneck right now on my computer. It is the hard drive, so that's the first thing I want to buy. And I also want to buy an RX 480 because I think the price to power, or in other words, the price to performance on that thing is beastly, and I think that'll keep me in the game for a really long time, for really cheap, So if you guys are looking for a new graphics card, that's the one I recommend, just because of the price. It's similar to the 1070 and 1080, so as far as processing power, so at much less cost. So that's what I'm looking to buy. If you can help me do that, I would appreciate it so much. I'm gonna have a wall of donors here. Again, this is Aurorax, and we just walked into town. This is Gardenthal. It is growing, however, you can find all the necessities here. There's a little inn, a blacksmith, an alchemist, and you're gonna go ahead and see all sorts of movement around town. And there's also a giant ass castle. I'll go ahead and show you that because it's insane, but yeah. Donate if you can. There's links to that down below. Leave your comments. Again, I'm going to go ahead and feature all of my donors on a wall here that I will have in Gardenthal. It'll probably be placed right here, just a giant wall that will continue to grow as I receive donations. So, because yeah, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I love my supporters. My fans are the best. I gotta hand it to you guys. I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't think I don't listen, I delete a lot of comments, but it's not that I'm not listening, I just like to keep the comment section organized, so when people look at it, it can kind of be of a fact, you know, just like something people can look at and have their questions, or most of their initial questions, answered, right? So, you know, don't take that personally. And again, Aurorax is massive. Look, it has its own map, and it's insane. So you start out here in the middle of the lake, and there's a secret exit, you know, to get out of the lake, and then you just walk to town. Gardenthal right there. I am using custom map markers. Again, they are freaking amazing. You may have heard me talking about them, you know, earlier, and I know they're just map markers, but I love them. You should check them out. Anything that makes my game more beautiful. So yeah, it's got a custom map. There's a custom map for Aurorax. And you know, that ain't half of it. I mean, if you go ahead and get on Steam, you know, check out my workshop files, which there's a link to below. You can actually go into Aurorax and, you know, see pictures and other things like that. But you'll also see what I have planned for the future updates. A bunch of really cool stuff. You already know. I'm gonna take you to the castle right now. Okay, so this is Castle Dubrock. Now, this once belonged to the great warrior king, Akir. And like I said, if that interests you, you will be seeing that in future modifications. This is the castle, okay? Now, it might not look like much right now because you're inside it. But let me assure you, it's fucking massive. And you know, as part of the first update, I'm gonna fill the castle up with nobles and all sorts of stuff from the 47 organization, which again are the people funding this whole project. So if you want to know more about them, you can find that in the next update. I'm also going to be making a Strike follower and adding dialogue to my followers, you know, and all of that's going to tie into this modification. You don't need to add the other mods for the mods to work, but if you do, you know, you'll see an extra layer there. You'll find out more, and a lot more interesting stuff will happen, like in the quests and things like that. Yeah, the castle's huge. So if we take a walk through, you can begin to see the scope. It's pretty big. You know, I'm gonna add like vendors and stuff here, little shops like in the halls, and you know, there's actually an undead infestation right now. Luckily, because, you know, nobody's here right now, they're not alerted to my presence. I mean, I'm pretty good at sneaking, so zombies don't know I'm here right now. But you know, the guard here are good. They're well trained and everything. They're powerful, and the zombies are really weak, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, there's definitely something going on in the castle. You know, I don't know if the original owner Jock here would approve, you know. I don't know if he'd like what's going on, but yeah, you can find out more about what's going on here in the next update. So yeah, I fixed Hayes' hair. It is an HDT physics hair. And I have new arrows. Not just my modification 47 arrows, which ties into this and features strike, but also an arrow modification that adds new bows and arrows. So this is the tower that I was talking about in the Aurorax video, which you should check out. But yeah, it's like a tower within a tower. You just exit the castle, and you have this little area here you can chill out in. And if you go to the top of the tower, it allows you to look over into the landscape. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this tower a lot just because of that. It allows me to see over the balcony. You know, if you like, we were just over there. If you go, you know, anywhere else, you have to stand behind the battlements. You know, it's just a little safety feature. Jack here was big on that. You know, the 47 organization is big on that. So yeah, that's what you're getting into. I'm gonna add a whole bunch of stuff from Morrowind. You know, have everyone from Vardenfell here. You already know, have all the Dark Elf business. I'll probably feature some Telvanni stuff. I love Telvanni. That's like my favorite house right there. Like that's like it's just like the best, you know. They're like ancient wizards, you know. They're still connected to the earth and all that. And from what I could tell, they're just like the most powerful house. They just don't give a fuck, you know. They don't really care about what's going on. Like they didn't really do anything for the whole blight thing. Like I'm pretty sure they could have helped, you know, pretty good. So yeah, like this whole hall, this is gonna be a dining banquet hall and a ballroom. So that's what that's gonna be geared for. I'll probably have, you know, the bard in there playing custom music. And yeah, this is kind of the area for the nobles and merchants to hang out in. Just because, you know, that's what's going on. So here you go. Most of the guards here have heard very strange loud steps during the late nightly hours while on a night patrol. No guard has ever actually been able to see or catch anyone who is doing this. If you are discovered impersonating a guard or just trying to play some silly games and scare someone, you need to stop this now. If anyone knows anything about this or about the 2 guards that simply vanished 6 weeks ago while on the night watch, please report to your captain or me. Overguard Marlock. So yeah, there's something going on, as you can see here. You can go ahead and just take the note if you want, it doesn't matter. Take the knife too, whatever. But yeah, nobody's here right now. Again, there's like a whole mining operation, all sorts of crazy stuff going on. But in the next update, you will see all of this full, more information. They'll let you know what's going on with all the projects they just came back from. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can go up there on the balcony. You can get on the roof. Let's see if I can get to the roof right now. I can get lost in here pretty easily. So yeah, it's definitely a maze. You know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do at first, but actually turning this into like a maze runner type of thing was one of the ideas that I had. So yeah, ah fuck, this isn't it either. Damn it. Let me just go ahead and give you an overview of the castle. Let's go ahead and wait till it's daytime. So I'll go ahead and break out the Modlist in a little bit. We'll go over that in detail. You may have seen it in the other videos. In this video, I'll go ahead and give you a clean look at it. So yeah, again, the castle is massive. I can't stress that enough, I'm telling you right now. Look at this thing. This is like the biggest structure in Skyrim right now. I think it may be the biggest structure ever created for Skyrim. So yeah, this is available for free on the Steam Workshop on moddb.com and Skyrim Forge. It is called Aurorax. I'm sorry, Aurorax. Yeah. So if you wanna follow in the Warrior King's footsteps and become king of this castle, that's all gonna be possible in the next updates. So yeah, you can expect, some sort of warfare going on. Like I said, something is going on here. Aurorax is a very magical place, and there are all sorts of weird happenings going on. Me and my buddy have been talking about some really cool stuff in the works, and we're working hard on this stuff. We're both veteran modders, so yeah, you can expect some really cool stuff. Again, you can leave your comments, suggestions, and thoughts below in the comments or on any of the mod pages, because I do take suggestions from my fans, and especially on Aurorax. That's what we're asking. We're asking you guys to help us make this continent, It's a new settlement, somewhere in the Skyrim universe, or I'm sorry, in the Elder Scrolls universe, incorporating Morrowind. It's a new location and it's got its own story, but it will be lore friendly. We're working on a bunch of lore friendly material right now, including books. So it's not just going to be all action. You're also going to get a really nice lore aspect, some nice exploration and quest lines, and everything's going to make sense as far as, having to do with the Skyrim game and the Elder Scrolls universe. So yeah, it's massive. Let's go ahead and show you the mod list now. Oh, there we go, look at that. So I just got a card in this game. Again, King of Legends, really dope game. I've been liking it a lot. Alright, now on Steam I have just about 150 mods, okay, installed. At the moment on the Steam Workshop I have 9 modifications. Here you can find Aurorax, which will actually send you to external download links just because of some of the SKSC scripts that I'm using. So you are going to have to go to ModDB or Skyrim Forge anyways. So if you use those already, you can just use those. If you don't, it's really easy. Just go ahead and click on the links. On ModDB, you just need to go to downloads and click on the download you want, or you can visit my other mods, skyrimforge.com. It's also easy. You just go into files, and you always want to choose the newest one, the one on top. Like I said, this is where I archive all of my file versions, so you can actually take a look at older file versions, etc. You can also take a look at more mods, which are available on both of those sites. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so now. It's very important for the growth of the channel. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at all of the currently installed mods from the Steam Workshop that I have. So there's Aurorax, which we took a look at, 47 arrows, which also includes a rich merchant. So a bunch of custom magic arrows. So these have magic effects as well. The guy that sells them to you is actually going to be a follower here in a new modification that I'm working on. Now I have guard armor revamped as a part of the whole guard overhaul that I have done here. Okay, so if they don't fall under one of the holds, they will get this guard armor revamped. I also have enchant materials and smithing materials just available at some of the crafting locations in Skyrim. These are some of the followers that I'm using: Elalia Yuki, Yulia, and as some of you may know from MXR, Alex Straza, which, you know, I just find hilarious every time I see her. I think of MXR, so it's not bad. Alessana, guards of the hold. Now this is what I'm talking about. If they don't fall under a specific hold and wear that armor, as you can see here, like in Falkreath, they wear this armor here. Okay, so kind of like an archer armor, right? In Dawnstar, they wear this. Looks like some mountain blade armor right there, right? Windhelm, they wear that. You know, I actually like the Riften armor. I think the helmet looks really cool. So yeah, all of the guards are tricked out. I also have crossbows for the Redoran guard. This is a simple mod. You know, I incorporate stuff like that too. Sometimes it's the little things, you know. Again, as part of the guard overhaul, I have better guard outfits. I have the Medusa armor and these Lord of the Ring weapons, which I know I didn't show you guys, but they look amazing. They look really tight. It makes you feel like you're in Lord of the Rings, which actually brings me to a new project that I'm working on. I'm going to be making videos of Mountain Blade with the Lord of the Rings End of Days modification on it. So if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe now. Like, share all my stuff. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now with a bunch of other modifications, including retextures and stuff like that, which is really gonna make it a beautiful game. So if that interests you, check it out. If you don't know what Mountain Blade is, it's like the definitive warfare game, medieval warfare game. It's pretty dope. So yeah, if that interests you, I do recommend Mountain Blade. They are working on a next gen version now. There are about 3 releases, but the next gen version is going to be a huge leap forward. So there's the Ranger's Lodge. I also have a lake house. I have a pit fighter, travels add-on, and it adds characters that you can fight. You may have heard me talking about that in the first episode. I have skill smash, which allows me to level up faster. You know, that's the why I'm now 34. You may have seen my other videos like 23. So the N7 armor, which Phoenix is wearing, Real Cities, Solitude, and Realm Shatter Blades. So yeah, this does a bunch of stuff to Solitude, and it's because I'm no longer using the enhanced series of mods. I wanted to try something else, so yeah, this is really nice. Adds a bunch of stuff. As you can tell, it looks pretty sweet. I mean, just in the pictures. And you can expect a town similar to this in Aurorax. It's actually going to be called Morganstead and will be a huge part of the Aurorax universe. So yeah, if you want a new expansion for Skyrim, go ahead and download Aurorax. And I think it's going to prep you for that Skywind coming out now, because you know, it will include a lot of stuff from Morrowind. So if you're nostalgic about that stuff as I am, I know you're going to enjoy it. You know, I think the original adamantium armor from Morrowind would be dope in Skyrim, so I'll probably incorporate that. Anyways, that's just one of the city modifications I'm using right now. I'm also using Spanish Skyrim weather as part of my weather overhaul. And you can actually see, you know, like when I'm at the Wanderer's Mansion in my other videos, this in effect, Supreme Storms, which is insane. I love it though. I got a bunch of new weapon add-ons. You may have seen this one here. I showed it in my videos. I got a mead keg backpack, because you never know. You never know when you need to break out the mead and just kick it back, man. You need to drink a whole keg of mead real quick before we carry on. But anyways, I got Dragonbone weapons. Now the Aurorax is the same dude that made Retribution. Both of those mods are amazing. Check those out for sure if you're looking for new weapons. You will not be disappointed. I have better stealth AI for followers, you know, which goes really well with the actual implementations that I have for my followers, including better sneaking and things like that. So now the Atronachs are illuminated. I have better stealth for my followers. They don't break a torch out while sneaking, which I didn't have a problem with before. But if it's better stealth, I'm all for it. And also, you don't have to worry about, you know, like my followers setting off traps. They won't do that. And they also won't affect your stealth meter. So this is kind of just a fail-safe that I downloaded just to make sure. And I also have Staves of Skyrim, which you can use to block. It's pretty cool. And torches for realistic lighting, which make the torches brighter, as well as the mage light and candlelight, which I really like, especially with the way I have the lighting right now. It helps out a lot. So yeah, Staves of Skyrim is pretty dope. You can configure it in a lot of ways, you know. You might find it a little bit obtrusive, you know, or awkward to use, but I think it's worth it just because of how much it adds to the game. It's kind of another dimension, and I enjoy, you know, having an alternative to a shield. I also have an overhaul on the AI, so they actually fight better, act better, all sorts of things. I actually enjoy that mod a lot, and I recommend it. It's really nice. Yeah. This actually I haven't looked at right now. We'll go ahead and show this at the end of the video. This is the Morrowind border trading shack. It adds a trading shack on the border of Morrowind. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. So it's just outside of Windhelm by the Wanderer's Mansion. Also have the alchemy materials. That's just like the other one. The smithing materials, crafting materials. Have my follower Phoenix, real trees and LOD, snow. You may have seen those retextures. No snow under the roof. Better towns textures, realistic wolf behavior, Skyrim in color, realistic lighting and colors. This is all a part of, you know, getting the ambient right in Skyrim. I have Castle Aurorax, which is a player home that's pretty big. It's not as big as Castle Dubrock, but should be pretty nice. Now, enhanced gameplay, wilderness encounters is pretty sweet. I mean, I battled an entire pack of wolves. They waited for me at the top of a hill. The AI on that is pretty sweet, so check that out. I have new weapons. This is a Dawn Guard add-on. Open face guard helmet, just to add a little more variety to what the guards are wearing. Bag of holding, which I did go ahead and actually talk about, which allows me to carry all my stuff in there. Talked about that in one of my earlier videos. Improved gemstone dragon claws, so those look better now. And I also want to talk about layering right now, since you did see all of the different guard modifications that I'm using. You know, and I achieved that in a specific way by actually installing the mods in a certain order. And it's simple to do once you know what you're doing. You actually have to make sure that if a modification overwrites anything from another modification, that is the overwrite that you want. Or in other words, that at the end of the day, because of the way you installed the mods, you have kept all of the files that you wanted. So like when I layer the weather modifications, first I make sure that I have, you know, the regular weather modification installed, and then on top of that I'll put supreme storms, so that the weather looks, you know, like it does in the first modification, but it also adds giant ass storms to the weather systems. So, you know, it's not always possible to retain certain features, but layering is definitely the way to go when using multiple modifications that are, you know, trying to do the same thing. So what I do in that case is just keep, you know, the core function of the modifications there, while, you know, just keeping little extras, or, you know, things that the other modification or the core doesn't touch on. And so the core is one thing, and you're gonna see a lot of overriding there, but you know, you have the core that you want and all of the extras. So that is why layering is really important. Now I have the Dance of Death, downgraded edition, slightly reduced distance NPC greetings. Hold on, let's go ahead and check out the Dance of Death here. So it has its own menu, right? If you use MCM, which I highly recommend, I use it, and allows you to change settings on the actual modifications you have installed if they have that functionality. It's really nice. Yes, you may have either seen this. I know I've seen this in some videos. You may have heard of it, or you might even have it installed, but it has a bunch of kill moves. They're pretty sweet, including, you know, decapitations. There's a dual wield decapitation, is pretty sweet. But yeah, let's keep going. I have green Daedric armor as well. I have a Tifa follower, which I haven't actually found yet. Let's see if I can see where she is, so we can take her to the Marwyn trading shack. Where the hell is she? Old Hrolden Inn. I don't even know where that is, but alright. Old Hrolden Inn is where we're gonna go pick up Tifa Lockhart. I have Steel Maiden armor, waves, which make the waves look amazing. I have Luscious Faces, which I really recommend. I enjoy that a lot. I have more grass, you may have seen that. An official high resolution patch, which fixes a lot of problems with the resolutions, or the high resolution update that came with Skyrim. I have better magic, which makes the magic look better. Heavy armory for Dragonborn, loud waterfalls, real mountains, Hearthfire multiple adoptions, which I recommend, allows you to adopt more children. You do have to break out the console sometimes, but it's not bad, and it does allow you to, again, adopt more children, especially if you're using My Home as your home, which allows you to use you know, any downloaded player home, etc. for your family. So yeah, imagine moving, like, you know, everyone into Dubrock Castle. You know, there's plenty of room there. And I'll be adding beds and all that, you know, in future updates, so it's gonna be nice. I have immersive fallen trees, adds a bunch of fallen trees, makes things look nicer. Helmet requirement remover, so you don't have to have a helmet, you know, when you are using armor. and you still receive the benefits of having the helmet on. Since I don't like using the helmet, I think it's important that I retain, the armor rating and all that, and the bonuses. I have weapons of the shogunate. It's like some samurai warfare stuff. They do a core set. Again, I'm using that really nice armor, diamond weaponsmithing. I just have the archery installed for that. Again, I got really into arrows and stuff like that. So, new bard songs. I know you guys asked about that. This is actually what is playing in the background in my Phoenix video. You may have seen that or downloaded her in the video that is a part of that. This is playing in the background when you first meet her. So yeah, new bard songs, definitely check that out. Highly recommend it. They are really nice. Stealth kills for followers. That allows you to actually send your follower to kill. So it's kind of a nice little feature there, especially if they're really high into stealth and can get that sneak bonus, you know what I'm saying? So I have real glaciers. It's a retexture here, which makes your game look really nice and a whole lot better. I have a bunch of those installed, so that's why my game looks the way it does. And if you install the ones you see here, you can also have a similar experience. Now I have a bunch more followers here. Ruby the Hotness, right? I thought this was one of the ones I deleted, but I guess not. Relighting Skyrim. Actually edits a bunch of stuff. I think it's the torches. Yeah, it actually makes the lighting better by editing all of the lighting, like the sources and stuff. So like if there was 2 candles, and there was only one light source, they have fixed that so there are now 2 light sources. It makes the game look more realistic and a lot better. I'm also using Radio Reggae's Hair Workshop. It's actually just 1 and 2 that I'm using right now, which I really enjoy. Again, I have a whole bunch of player homes. Sudvaka Fortified Estate. Check this out right here. Now this is pretty crazy right here. But yeah, all of my player homes are. This is pretty dope. So check that out if you're in player homes. I know you guys really like the Wanderer's Mansion. Check that out. That now has a special Easter egg, which I showed you at the beginning of the video. And I'll be adding more. I know you guys wanted some extra beds in there, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll probably add a cellar, just outside, kind of an underground area. And I'll see what else I add to that. I'll probably add like a little dungeon with a mini quest line. Just real quick to give a brief history on the mansion, get you a little bonus weapon there and some help for the mansion. So I also play Armor Plus as part of all the armor overhauls and just new armors that have been added in. Now this is the field lab. This is what I was talking about, and unfortunately I have not shown it to you. But this is the floating Telvanni house. Again, you know that I'm into the Telvanni stuff, so I thought this was really cool. And from what I saw in the pictures, that's exactly what the Telvanni would have if they had a flying home. So check that out. I have a clothing and smithing pack, which allows you to smith a lot of clothing here. This is the Lanterns of Skyrim mod that I was talking about in my other videos. Improved blacksmithing with new blacksmithing recipes, including craftable arrows, which is really dope. It has craftable staves. Here's the flora overhaul, which is dope. This is my favorite overhaul for grass, so check that out. And along with more grass, it's just even amazing. So yeah, in this case, you're going to want to download more grass first, and then purple grass, you're going to want to put over that. That's how I layered that. Parthenax Dilemma. This allows you to keep Parthenax alive. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Follow trap safety. That's again another failsafe that I have installed. You know, just in case some of the other followers don't have the implementations that I use in my followers. So if you're looking for some good followers, go ahead and check mine out. I'll leave links to my Steam Workshop below. You know, and you can find links to moddb.com and skyrimforge.com on those. And you know, they typically have the same name, so, and if you find one, they're usually connected to the rest of my mods, or just look up my mod author name, Acid Cipher. So I have a guard dialog overhaul, so they're not always saying the same thing. That's really nice. I recommend that. Item sorting, so you can sort them. It doesn't catch everything, it doesn't catch new items from new mods, but it's better than nothing. Better combat AI. Now this actually covers for the other AI modification, because the other AI modification does not cover combat for for the NPCs. So yeah, this along with that is really dope. And again, you want to install the other modification first, and then better combat AI. That's how I layered that. Wonders of Weather is another weather modification for the weather system. Now that was kind of a complicated layering, but not bad. Moon and Star. What is this? I forgot what this was. I know it was really dope. I had to re-download it a few times because I can't remember what the problem was, but I had a problem with this. Yeah, so this is pretty crazy. It even adds a new town. So there we go. Yeah, pretty dope. I need to check that out. Again, I haven't even been able to enjoy my mods yet, so I've just been getting everything ready, working on modifications, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, everything's been taken care of, and now all of my mods work perfectly. So you can just expect some really cool updates now, and new mods, of course. So I have Civil War cleanup. This actually changes things, you know, back to where they were after the Civil War. So I thought that was cool, because, you know, I don't want everything all ruined after the war, to be honest. Deeper snow, more snow, which I recommend, allows you to have a better experience in the snow. Convenient horses, which is nice when you and your followers need horses. Dynamic fires. This is so, I mean, you can put out fires and turn them back on. You may have heard me talking about that in other mods. It's pretty cool. You can just do a fire spell and light a fire back on. More village animals. You know, I got tired of seeing the same animals all the time, so I have a Milky Way galaxy retexture, which is really dope. I enjoy looking at the sky. When vampires attack and when dragons attack, actually makes all of the NPCs run indoors when a dragon comes around or vampires come around. So yeah, that's really handy. I really don't want a bunch of dead NPCs everywhere. I have heavy armory. This just includes new weapons. The Verse Dragons collection, which I highly recommend. This has the coolest dragons I've ever seen. So yeah, and I actually think that the new version is out now. Here it is, the Verse Dragons Collection 2.0. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is actually layer this on top of the one I already have. So all I would have to do there is just subscribe. So hopefully it didn't ruin some of the dragons, because I really liked some of them a lot, and I don't want them changed, you know, so hopefully it just added more dragons. I have birds and flocks, which is dope, so you can see a bunch more birds now, and they fly in flocks. Really nice. Check that out. Apocalypse Magic Skyrim adds more spells. It's really nice. Immersive patrols. There are now patrols everywhere. Samurai armor, which you may have seen on Phoenix. Item recycling, so you can melt down swords and stuff like that. Improved interior lighting for realistic lighting mods. Again, I am using realistic lighting modifications, that's why it's so dark and why I need the lighting overhauls. Again, I reduce distance and proceed greetings again. Looks like I might have that on there twice, but again, it's kind of a fail-safe. I want that to work there. I don't want them talking to me from like really far away, so I have an immersive saturation boost, which improves, you know, the quality of what you're looking at. Static mesh improvement mod. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, that actually improves a lot of static meshes, so you know, things will function better in your game. It's really nice. I definitely recommend that. Definitely download that, as it's kind of a patch, you know, so you won't even really notice it, but it improves your game a lot. So run for your lives. There it is for the dragons. Enhanced blood textures, which look really nice. Better embers also, they look really good. These are all the sound packs that I was talking about. Sounds of Skyrim. So those are the sound packs I'm using. I'm using quest markers for Stones of Berenzia, alternative lighting 2, unofficial high resolution patch for, again, the Skyrim high resolution update, quality world map. So this is what I'm using for my map right here. And I'm using wet and cold. I'm using the Russian mods on Steam and the detailed series of mods. Real rain is a part of the weather overhaul. Footprints, again, the Russian version. And this just looks amazing, and it really doesn't, you know, use a whole lot of processing power or video, you know, VRAM. So I recommend it. It's just nice to have footprints. Adds a whole nother, you know, facet to the game, which really improves it. I do use Sky UI and the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Edition patch. I also use RAM Limit Remover, which, if you don't know what that is, I definitely recommend you get that. It's a small little program you can use on Skyrim and all your other games, which makes it run a lot smoother. I use it on the creation kit, and it stops crashes. So it's been nice for me, and it's improved my workflow. You can also use it on your browsers and stuff like Netflix. So it's really nice. Really easy to use. Instructions are included. Again, I'm using Wanderer's Mansion, which I showed in my video. Just dope. I actually have Skyrim Shadows and FPS Fix installed, but I am subscribed to both. So if you want to support us, I do recommend you actually subscribe to both. Please rate up, you know, share with your friends, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would appreciate Skyrim Shadows and FPS Fix. I worked really hard on it, and it was to fix the problems that I encountered with the game. You know, it'll make your shadows look really nice. It'll make your game run really smooth and a lot faster. You know, you're looking at 5 to 10 frames per second increase there. So yeah, and it also, yeah, it makes your game look really good, amazing. So it's like the ultra setting on the shadows, and runs better than the low setting. So check that out if you're having problems with performance. Mercenary Girls, which is part of my modification, definitely check them out. And Haze, which I also highly recommend. So go ahead and check them out. They can do a whole lot of really cool stuff, and they work really well together. You know, I've made sure that all of my followers work well together, and again, they are smart followers. You know, Haze always has a torch handy. She'll always bust that out in the dark, and she's a smart follower. She won't set off traps, and she won't hinder your sneak. So that's actually all of the mods that I have on the Steam Workshop. So again, around 150. I'm actually sitting at 144, but I am also using other modifications. So let's go ahead and show you that now. Just gotta wait for it to load real quick. In the meantime, I am playing Kings and Legends. Go ahead and add me if you play this game. I do play as Data, D474, my rap name. So if you're into rap music, go ahead and check me out. You can just Google me, D474. and I am working on new music. So as always, please donate, help support us. It really help us out a lot. So I'm trying to open up a community studio, where kids can learn more about how to create music, stuff like that. This is part of a non-profit. So if you want to talk more about that or sponsor us, go ahead and drop me a line through any of my social media profiles or my email. You can also go on my website and just go into any contact us section, as I have several websites. You can contact me on there. I'll reply within 24 hours usually. So yeah, these are all of the mods I have in here. You may see some of mine in here. Sometimes I use the mod manager. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over these really quick. This is a hair mod, Patchy Sky Hair. Pretty popular mod, you may have heard about it. Better dialogue controls, better message box controls, again just to help out with the gameplay. Black Rose, which is actually a armor modification. Now the reason you see 2 here is because I had to convert it to 7 base, because I am using 7 base body. I also have book covers. This is a retexture, which is really nice. Brawl Bugs patch, which I highly recommend. It just eliminates a small bug with the brawls, which I actually experienced before I downloaded this, so that's why I always make sure I have that. Brighter torches with bigger radius. Again, that's going along with the overhaul for my torches. And this is the one actually that boosts Mage Light and Candlelight as well. I know there's one on the Steam Workshop that does that too. Since there's 2 on there on the Steam Workshop, but one of them does not affect Mage Light and Candlelight. So I wanted to, have a failsafe for that. I also use BSA Unpacker, which helps you unpack BSA files. I highly recommend it. It's a really powerful tool that I use. So here's Eden, the follower. I have CBBE on here. I used to use it, I don't use it now. I have Elysium Estate, Enchantment Reload Fix. Just in case you're having problems with that, sometimes it changes, the enchantment on your swords when you load and save or just unequip. So I recommend that. Esbern Voice Fix, so Esbern will actually talk. I recommend that as well. And I use Extensible Followers Framework, EFF, which again I think is the best follower modification. I have female hairstyles with physics. That's what I was talking about there. The HTT female physics. I have the Fiora Arma set. And just a small bug fix here for General Tullius. Fix lip sync, follower trap safety. Again, another fail safe there. For's New Idols in Skyrim. I do use For's New Idols. I have the high heel system and the physics extensions for the bodies of the females. How to make a successful mod. This is actually just a small it's a tutorial, not really a modification, but I do recommend it. If you're making mods and stuff, it's nice and will actually help you. So I have high quality snow retextures, hunting grounds outfit, again just another outfit for the ladies. Imaginator, a visual control device, which is really nice. Which allows you to change the color and stuff like that on the fly within Skyrim. Immersive Skyrim Thunder. Again, that speaks for itself. Invisibility glitch for the eyes. I have Inquisitor clothes. This is actually for texture transitions in Skyrim, so you won't notice them, which I highly recommend. This makes your game look really good. Lingerie set for the 7 base bombshell body, which I actually have not taken a look at yet. Let's see, low res particles and flora, with snow res and frost particles. So this will actually improve performance, and I didn't think it was a big deal as part of the visual. so that's why I'm using it. Anywhere that I can actually improve performance, you know, without sacrificing the visual appeal, I will actually go for. Now this is actually some armor here. Mandu merge plugins. This allows you to merge plugins. I haven't really used it a whole lot. It's not as useful as I thought it would be, but if that's what you're looking for, I do recommend it. I actually found other workarounds and stuff like that, you know, and like even just updating recently, I had a problem with the archive creation, and you know, not to mention the Steam server problems, which I'm sure some of you have experienced. You know, if you need help with any of that, I'm available for that as well. Just let me know. I mean, you guys are always welcome to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's keep going here. I've moved it, damn it, which makes your followers and stuff like get out of the way, so they're not always in the way. Multiple floor sandboxing, so you know, like your followers and stuff will actually now go upstairs and downstairs if they're not doing anything. This goes for other NPCs as well. This is the mod I was talking about. My home is your home, and again, I did have to download that off of nexusmods.com. So yeah, I again encourage using Steam Workshop, but just sometimes it's not possible to get the mod that you're looking for. So that is why I am still using the mod manager here. Now let's see, natural eyes, which is a part of the eye overhaul. I do have several layered on there for that. This removes the crazy like glow, you know, like that gloss on the bodies for when you replace them. So that's really nice. No more blocky faces. Again, I highly recommend that. Improves the faces of NPCs. This is still the armor mod, one tweak, which, you know, is a really nice bug fix. Here is Aurorax, which has not actually been fixed yet. So yeah, if you want the newest version, go ahead and download that from the Steam, or I'm sorry, you can find that in the Steam Workshop with the link below from my workshop files. You just click on it, and that'll give you the instructions to, you know, downloading and installing. It's pretty simple. This is the modder's resource for the paintings found in Wanderer's Mansion. Pretty Ranger, which is a new armor for chicks, and I have it decked out for the bombshell body. Proper torch wield, which I highly recommend. Keeps the torch out of your face when you're in first person, and they also hold it higher, so that's really nice. Oh, I'm sorry, I think that may be a different modification that makes them hold it higher. Right. So this one just allows them to hold it away from their face, a little to the left, and it's a lot more useful than you think. You know, you might not think that'd be really useful, but it is. I'm using the race menu, 3.4.5, realistic ragdolls and force, remodeled armor for 7 base, Daedric armor for 7 base, rustic windows, which look really dope. You may have seen those in the Wanderer's Mansion. That's why they look like that. So this is Nord armor, which is TBBP compatible, so it's HDT physics compatible. Now the nice thing is that I actually have all of my armors like that because of the way I've done it, and because of these 7 base modification add-ons. So it's pretty dope. Along with the hair physics, it's really nice. So I'm using the Sky UI 5 categorized color map markers. Those are the ones that I'm using, and I highly recommend them. So Strodis outdoor toilet resource. This is how I got the outhouse into the Wanderer's Mansion. So yeah, big thanks to that guy. That was pretty cool. It looks like there was 2 people working on that. It was created by Strody and converted by Tamira. So yeah, really dope. I didn't have too much of a problem actually, you know, getting it into the game and incorporating it. So yeah, I want to thank them. What else do we have here? Tamriel Reloaded. Now this is a heavy HD retexture that I actually took out because it was too taxing on my system. But it does look really nice. But it wasn't at the performance cost that I was getting. I wasn't about to use it, so I do use the Terra Armor collection for 7 base, which looks amazing. Again, the Inquisitor clothing with the 7 base mod. Now this is uniques along with another modification by a different mod author. Okay, so you have to use both of them together and it just looks amazing. It's really the best unique overhaul for weapons. So yeah, we want to thank Cryptopire and Insanity Sorrow. Right, Insanity made the original modification, and I do believe that Cryptopire made this one here, the weapon and armor fixture remade. Right, so I used both of those together and it looks really good. I have a Velvec outfit. Right, so just like in Morrowind. So that was cool. Visible windows. Nice retexture weapon armor fixtures remade. Which is a part of the other guy's mod collection. That, you know, works with the uniques from Insanity Sorrow. So yeah, quality mods coming from that dude. I highly recommend them. I have a white file replacer. I don't know why. I just saw it and wanted it. It just replaces the white file. No big deal. That's it right there. Just a bottle. So I also have this flora fix for Wiseman. All this does is allows the flora to respawn, you know, so you might harvest it and it won't come back. Well, this fixes that. And we also use an XP32 skeleton. And that's actually all the mods that I'm using, and that's how I got Skyrim to look how it does right now. So if that's what you want, then you already know how to get it. So let's go ahead and pick up Tifa and see what's good with the Morrowind Trade Shack. I do hope you enjoyed this series. I worked really hard on it. I appreciate you guys' support. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. So yeah, really big things happening with the Aurorax mod. A very big mod. Highly recommend it. It's gonna add so much more to the game. So go ahead and get that now and just stay up to date on that. Okay, so we need to go to Old Hrolder Inn. So in the console you can actually just type help, right, and then in quotation marks add whatever you need help with. It can be an object, a place, anything. Okay, so there we cannot find it, so I'm just gonna type in help old and look for the Old Hrolder Inn. I don't know if I misspelled it or what. So we're looking at NPCs right now. I just want to skip past all of those and go into cells. Oh man, I went too far. So let's use a different keyword there, and again go up to cells. So not location but cells. Old Hrolder Inn, there it is. So you take the front of that and use that. Just the first part there, it has to be all together. And there she is, Tifa.
Ah, a visitor.
Need something?
Old Holden Inn.
Alright, pretty sweet. Now if she can actually fight like Tifa, this will be one badass modification. Okay, so let's see if I can actually find the Morrowind. There we go. Oh, let's see. Yes. So we are about to infiltrate the Morrowind border shack. We dug a tunnel like El Chapo, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, where am I? Oh man, I'm stuck. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work as planned. So let's go ahead and try this again. Let's just go through the front door like normal people. So I didn't see too much going on in there. Not too much custom stuff. Let's go ahead and wait the storm out. Hopefully it does go away. Or not. Okay, so we got a permanent storm, but that's okay. Yeah, so this is it. And you guys saw Tifa. So there's not much more to it. I am actually gonna go ahead and start enjoying this because I have not been playing at all. So I'm looking forward to just playing. And where the hell did Tifa go? Oh, there she is. So I actually want to see her fight. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, this is the Morrowind trading post. Looks like there's a little bit more going on here. Yeah, so Tifa is using her hands. So I thought that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Some like special skills or something would be nice. But yeah. Knocking frost trolls out, man. So yeah, it's right here. Morrowind Trading Shack next to the Refugees Rest. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And let's go ahead and get some donations in because I really need it right now. The SSD is going to help me a lot in getting these mods out there and getting these videos out faster. Because, you know, it can be really hard with a job to actually do all of this. So I want to thank my supporters. Thank you for all of the appreciation you've been showing. I appreciate you guys. Here we go. We got some chitin armor. Sweet. Dunmer outfit. So it looks like a whole bunch of really cool stuff was added with this.
Until
Alright, check me out. I'm about to walk through the Ashlands. That is so dope, dude. Really makes me even more excited for Skywind. So yeah, that's it. That's the shack. Not a whole lot else going on. This guy really likes ash yams. Thanks for watching the video and have an excellent day. Make sure to download my new mods and stay up to date on those. Thanks so much.